Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We're in episode 46 today. Hey,
It is
in today's
46.
episode, we are going to be doing a little bit of everything else. No cigars on my end. You doing cigars today?
I'm doing cigars. I am doing
Okay.
cigars.
We're going to do a cigar
I,
and everything else
a
today.
cigar, a cigar, and everything else. I like that. Hey, look. I try to make it an interesting one. I wanted to make it an interesting one. I know you said you weren't gonna smoke a cigar, so I went on a last minute rampage, escapade, or whatever. Not rampage, but to find a brick house cigar. I was like, you know what would be interesting on this show?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be smoking alone, I'm gonna go grab a brick house and try to smoke it on the show. Since we don't have one to compare it with, you're not doing a review on yours, and it's a kickback show, you know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna just do a cigar. Let me grab a brick house. For some reason, some just said give brick house another chance today. But for some reason, at this cigar shop I went to, I could not. I searched high and low. I'm going around and around. I'm like, there's got to be a brick house. I've never not seen brick house in a cigar shop, and I could not for the life of me find a brick house. Went to two cigar spots close by, no brick house. I'm disappointed.
Oh, man. Hey, look, interesting enough, right? And for those who may be wondering, I'm not doing a cigar today. My stomach just been a little off the past day or two. It's recovering. I might could go for a cigar, but I'm a little nervous that it'd be a day early and we shoot on today. So if we shot tomorrow, I'd have been smoking a cigar more than likely. But the cigar I did buy for this week's show was somewhere along the same line of thinking you got. Wasn't Brick House that I bought. Yeah, but it was the same line of thinking. Let's go back and let's revisit one of these brands we kind of hard on. Not super hard on, but hard on. So that's what I got in the stash that was supposed to be for the
Are you gonna disclose the name, or are we gonna wait?
I'm gonna wait because
on a cliffhanger.
I forgot. So
all right, well, you know what? You know what?
Yours, and it might hit me, and it might be okay. Yeah, that's what I had too. I can't even remember what I got now.
I was looking for a brick house, so maybe next episode we'll do the punching bag episode, because brick house has definitely been my punching bag. Whoever you guys probably been a punching bag too, so we can do a punching bag episode next time. Was that
a subtle punching bag? You know, it ain't
subtle punching bag.
Yeah, it ain't been heavy duty punching bag, but yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna find a brick house, and I haven't smoked a brick house in 10 years. No, wait. Maybe 12 years. I don't think I've smoked a brick house in 12 years. Yeah. I had that one brick house experience, and it was done. So it's like maybe it's time to give them another shot. And I thought today was the day, but maybe we'll visit that in the future.
Yeah, the punching bag episode will be next week then. Who are some of my punching bag brands though? Brick House?
Gurkha, of course. Brick House, definitely.
Perdomo kind of fall in there too, don't it?
They've been back and forth. They've been a little bit under Alec Bradley. Only because Perdomo, we haven't necessarily been championing Perdomo like we have been Alec Bradley. Like, hey, trying to, like, we want Alec Bradley to win. We didn't necessarily want Perdomo to win, but we kind of found out through downing Perdomo that, hey, Perdomo's not that bad. It's not that bad. But they do have some cigars that aren't that great, but then they have some that are great too. So they're not as consistently bad as like how we would say a Gurkha is for us.
Yeah.
But Perdomo's definitely been one of those.
There's another one.
Probably so.
I can't remember if I got a Perdomo or not. I might have a Perdomo. I can't remember. I really can't remember. This is weird. I got it like Wednesday. I'm pretty sure. The day is Saturday. I can't remember what I got.
Can't remember. That's all good. It's all good. Hey, look, we'll cross that moment when we get there. Let's get into today's episode. It's a short one, so this episode might be just as short as the careers of anybody who wore number 46 in sports, because guess what? I couldn't find much of anybody.
Yeah.
Herm Edwards might be the best I got.
Yeah, so this episode is inspired by the shortness of the careers of people who wore number 46. Makes sense.
So hey, look, that's where we are. That's where we are.
Yeah. When we cut out on y'all, don't be shocked. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I want you to pick out the cigar I'm gonna smoke today, since you're not smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
And we're doing rather short episode. I got 3 choices.
Yeah.
I still have this Oliva G series that I've been sitting on for a little while. Should I go ahead and get to that?
No.
Box press. Not yet.
No.
I have a Monte Cristo, right? You've been mentioning that Monte Cristo lately. You smoked a few of them and kind of inspired me to pick up Monte Cristo. And I have a Espada Monte Cristo. Should I go with that? Or it's kickback. It's Saturday. I don't know how it is or where you're at. It's a beautiful day where I'm at. A little cold, but it's still beautiful out. And it kind of feels like a Java Mint day. I have a Java Mint.
Go Java Mint.
Go Java Mint? All right, we'll go Java Mint. I have no qualms with that, none whatsoever. Yeah, love Java Mint.
It's fitting for the episode. You know what I mean? Like right. Monte Cristo is just, it's too much conversation around doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because either it's gonna go good, or it's gonna go bad. Today the Cigars is having a day off. You know what I'm saying? Where it ain't gonna totally be about them as much as it normally is. So we can do that with Java Mint because everybody know what that's about already. Like, we've been there, done that.
So that's where we are. We're going Java Mint. We're going with the punch. Now I wish I would have changed my choice, and I might switch my choice of drink to pair with maybe midway. Right now I have a tequila, Avion. I have the Blanco, so it is a silver. But I might switch over to brandy. I only took a few sips, so I might switch over to brandy. I think brandy will go much nicer with this Java Mint. So we'll see.
All right.
So with that said, man, yesterday I had an experience, and we talked about it briefly through message. Tequila, man, tequila. I'm becoming a tequila guy through and through. I don't know what it is. Like, tequila's becoming my love language, man. And I'm finding amongst people who are tequila enthusiasts to kind of be similar to cigar enthusiasts. When I run into anybody who loves tequila, it's always been that light of the eye conversation. Like, you talk about a cigar and you run into somebody who loves cigars just as much as you do. Eyes light up, conversation expands, and y'all just go into the weeds talking about all kinds of cigars, right? And I had that similar experience yesterday with tequila. You know, I asked the waiter who was serving me the other day, like, hey, look, y'all got some Clase Azul? It's like, hey, we got some Clase. He actually took a step back and said, hey, we got some Clase.
Like, so, yeah, I'm about to get a good tip today. Yeah, but we got some Clase Azul. What you talking about?
I said, how much? And he shows me, he breaks down, I have this little handheld device, and he's showing me like the whole rundown of everything, the Don Julios. And he said, this is the Don Julio, but this is the Clase, and this is just as good as the Don Julio. It's $43, this and that. I said, for a glass? We had to do it. So I grabbed the Reposado Clase Azul.
Yeah.
And man, my reaction off the first sip, I'm like, this is unreal. And he came back when he came back around to see how I like the Clase Reposado. It's like, it's good, isn't it? And I could do nothing but just laugh. Like,
to say nothing else.
It's good, isn't it? I said, man, yes. And he pulls out his phone. He's supposed to be serving other tables, and he's sitting there at least 5 minutes, maybe more, of going down a bunch of different Clase Azuls, a bunch of different Don Julios, and he's just opening up the table, like, just showing me this whole world of high brand tequila. And I'm like, man, I had no idea it even went to this depth. Like, it's out of this world how far the tequila line goes. And man, it put me onto some beautiful tequilas I have to get my hands on. Have to. So it brought me back to, yeah.
What's the difference right now as you expand your tequila knowledge and just overall excitement about it, right? What's the difference in that versus a good whiskey or a whiskey enthusiast? You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's a good question. And I hope I don't offend anybody, especially a lot of my whiskey and bourbon brethren, who I've definitely spent a lot of time ingratiating myself with because I'm a whiskey and bourbon guy. But okay, it seems more acceptable. I'll say this: the difference is this: it's more acceptable to drink a $20 bourbon or whiskey, $40 bourbon or whiskey across the board. If you go grab some Woodford Reserve, nobody's going to look at you and be like, mm-mm. They're going to give you a thumbs up. You know, talking about a whiskey enthusiast. They're going to say, yeah, good whiskey.
Right.
Maker's Mark, they're going to say, yeah, good whiskey. You know, some Johnny Walker, even Black Label. You don't have to go Blue Label. I think it's more pressure, not necessarily pressure, but to step your tequila game higher than to step your bourbon game higher. Like if you don't go Johnny Walker Blue and you go Johnny Walker Black, maybe not green, but Johnny Walker Black, you know, you still get a nod. Okay, cool. Good whiskey, good bourbon. But when it comes to tequila, you have to go above that mid shelf. That's what I've been learning with tequila. And even if having conversations, I'm pretty sure you had conversations with people who say, hey, I love tequila. And people look at you like, ooh, tequila. No, I could never. Right?
Yeah.
It's because the general tequila, even mid shelf, will knock people back and then turn them off for tequila. So you have to take that step up for tequila in a different shelving range to say, this is good tequila and this is why I love tequila. With bourbon, you don't have to do that as much. You're square. You're good in mid range for bourbon.
Whiskey and bourbon drinkers are just happy to have you as a part of the family. You know what I mean? Hey, we're a little community here and welcome. You know what I mean? Like it ain't a matter of what shelf you're on, because most people, it's only a certain group of people that's gonna do whiskey and bourbon anyway. You know what I mean? Like tequila. It is a common drink because of the fact it's mixed in margaritas and people love taking shots of it. But if you're just gonna sip it, you got to go up a few notches. Else
you got to go up.
The judgment, like you say.
That's what my server said to me yesterday. He's like, yeah, you have to sip that, because he saw me with it the whole night. I had that one glass the whole night, and it's like, yeah, you got to savor it, right? And it's like, sip it slow. You know, it was smooth. You don't sip it slow because it burned or it did too much. It was the smoothest reposado I've ever had. I wanted to take a shot of the whole glass, I probably could have took a shot of the whole glass and been good to go. But you just have to savor it. You have to take those sips and just savor the experience. And it came in this unique glass. I think it looked like it came on a stem, and this is a pretty expensive restaurant. So it made me think about, am I drinking tequila wrong? Is there a certain way that tequila is supposed to be served? You know how you have like a bourbon glass that you're supposed to drink your bourbon from? It's supposed to give you certain notes. Because while I'm sipping the tequila, I'm taking in the smell, something that I've never done with tequila, like the whole like nasal palate and all that stuff. Just taking it in, like while I'm sipping it, I'm finding myself doing things I've never done with tequila ever.
A whole experience.
I'm smelling it, sipping it. Snobbing about tequila. But man, piggy out.
Yeah.
I was holding it by the stem. The stem was like at least that long. I'm holding it by the stem, skinny stem. And I'm like, nice. But yeah, you're absolutely right about that. About how bourbon drinkers or whiskey drinkers, like, hey, just come on into the fold, man. Just be part of the family.
Yeah.
With tequila, I think there's a line that's drawn, and once you step onto that other plateau, that other level, it's like now you're accepted into the fold because you've recognized now what tequila is supposed to be.
As I look more into the tequila world, there's a lot of tequila snobs out there, man, and they very particular about brands and what's good quality, and they don't have no respect for people just doing certain levels of tequila, man. They don't have no respect for it. Now,
no respect.
And there's attacks against Clase too. You know what I mean? There's a group of people that don't like the fact that Clase isn't pure, that they have additives in it to help with the flavor.
Yeah, you did send that to me about that too. But
yeah,
hey man,
I've seen a lot of people say it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very good. Like flavors aside, explain the smoothness to me then. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they still do a good job with it.
Yeah, they smooth it out. They smooth it out. And you remember we picked up? We were thinking about should we go with the Reposado or not, or go to Blanco because we didn't care for it to be too strong. Man, no,
Right.
I thought that would have a difference on the bite, on whether it had a little sting to it. None. I mean, could I say that if I compared it side by side with the Blanco that we had, would it have a little? The difference between how much is very, 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 very slim. Maybe it'll get you a little nice with a few less sips, but as far as feeling it, no, nothing. Like I can't tell you it was a huge difference at all, if any. I would probably have to have them sip by sip next to each other to really be able to tell the difference in whether one is a little harsher going down than the other one.
Right. But possibly the Reposado got you there a little quicker, more than likely.
Probably, yeah, more than likely. I think so.
Supposed to, you know what I'm saying? But
that's why you paid extra money for it, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, was there any taste difference for you? Did you notice any different notes on your palate while tasting it, or is it still gave you a lot of feeling additional?
What I remember with the Blanco, it was a little bit more fruity. Had a little bit more of that end of fruit. This one had a little bit. Yeah, I'll say let's use citrusy instead of fruit flavor. But this one had more of a. If we had it tailored to like cigars, it had more of that like I don't want to say barrel taste, but a little less citrusy, a little bit more like just more
agave.
I guess so. I would have to say it that way. So not as much sweet. So I would say not as sweet. Not as sweet.
It leaned more on a tequila flavor. But
Yeah. Just smoothly done. Yeah, because I can remember with the Blanco that it had that sweet. Like once you tasted it and it went to the back of your palate, that you were just, you get those little fruit coming back, that little fruit note coming back, that little citrus coming back. So I think that's the difference for me. But still, it was very enjoyable. I think that's how I described it last night. I say, man, this is just an enjoyable drink. Like I just enjoyed it. And you don't really say that with tequila much for those who drink tequila on a lower end. You don't just say, man, I just enjoy this tequila. Because most of the people are just drinking it to take shots or like they're putting, like you said, putting their margaritas. But that was a tequila to enjoy.
So what you get next time you go to pick up your alcohol, man? Are you getting you the Blanco or the Reposado?
I would still say, there is a place for the Blanco. There is a place for the Blanco. I'm more apt to reach for the Reposado, but there is still a place for the Blanco. And I'm kind of curious to get the Añejo a try too, just to see where it falls between the two.
So too.
Yeah. But I would be more likely to pick up Reposado now than the other one. But don't get me wrong, the Blanco still has its place. But if I had a choice, money wasn't the issue. I didn't care. I'm just going to go get me some good tequila. Give me the Reposado. Reposado.
Okay. So in a party environment, you just get both of them. You know what I mean? Like the ladies can have the Blanco. You know what I'm saying? Us fellas, we get the
Reposado.
And boom.
But every now and then, I'm gonna reach over for that Blanco and pour a little bit in my glass from time to time.
There you go.
I want to just taste this real quick. I'm gonna go back to my Reposado, but let me get some of this Blanco real quick.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all.
But yeah, man, I am 100% in the world of tequila, And I am a little nervous that I'm going to leave behind the world of whiskey, the world of brown, you know what I'm saying, my brandy guys, my cognac guys.
You ain't perfect.
I think it's
It's a
yeah.
season.
I don't think this is a season.
Oh,
I don't think this
you
is a
in.
season.
You
I'm
in.
in. I am
Okay.
in. I am in. I don't
Now,
know.
but see, okay. So this is the question though. Are you in on that level of tequila, or are you just in on I want to try all tequila now and find out what else is out there?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm done with the mid shelf. No more mid shelf for me.
Yeah.
If I drink anything mid shelf, it's gonna be brown. It's gonna be whatever. But when I reach for tequila, my tequila will be on that top shelf.
That's when
Now,
it's done.
there's still a place for 1800. Not gonna say like I can't. If I want to mixing. If I have a day where I want to mix some tequila with some pineapple juice or whatever, have some kind of fun, it's there. I'm reaching for that. I'm grabbing that. But we're talking about drinking to enjoy, just to drink, like kind of how I like to drink my brandy or how I like to drink my whiskey, drinking it neat or whatever. No, I need that high level tequila for that. So those days of searching on the low level, whatever, I might try. I do want to try Casamigo. Even though that's that mid, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
No, bro. You're gonna be disappointed.
just
Don't even go there.
stick with my decision. Just stick with my decision. I'm done. I'm done.
You
I'm
can
done.
go mid to high, but don't go Casamigo if you go mid to high. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to go somewhere a little above that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
All right, Don Julio it is. I guess that'll be my next try. Would be to go down the Don Julio route, and whatever else is on that level of tequila from now on. But I'm there. So, but like I was doing over the last couple of weeks.
Go 80, 90 if you're gonna do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I think that's where I am now. That's where I am now. I'm done looking on the mid shelf and trying to find something comparable because I just know it's not going to be there. It's not going to be. I'm going to waste my time. It's not going to be what I think it is or what I want it to be. I'm just going to have to go for it. We in.
But see, now that we have an interesting conversation because we do owe it to whiskey and bourbon and brandy to go to that shelf for them. You know what I'm saying? Like
we do.
Really be fair about it. You know what I mean? Because tequila, we went there, realized it was a big difference, and was happy. I never felt the need to necessarily go there for the Browns because they're good the way they are.
They're good where they are. But how much better could they be if we do step it up for them? We did it. We did do it with the cognac. We did do it with cognac. We got that XO that and it was, and we could tell the difference. But was it enough difference to say I'm done with mid shelf?
That's a good question. That is.
But we did that with tequila, and we said, okay, this is enough to be done with mid shelf.
That's a fair point. It was the XO the XO was really good, but I don't know that it was enough to say, hey man, I don't ever got to go back. I can never go back to that. I don't know if it was the difference.
Right.
See, the tequila made you say, I can never go back to that. The XO said, this is a nice change when I can have it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, all right, I can't. Yeah. Never again. Like it was never again. That.
So
wow, that was a good point. You killed it with that point. Good point.
But I am still willing to try. I'm willing to go. I've been wanting Johnny Walker Blue for so long. I've been wanting Johnny Walker Blue for so long, and that might be my next venture. I guess if I do have to or want to go brown higher, Johnny Walker Blue. I do owe it to Johnny Walker Blue to give you a shot. Hennessy, I'm not done with Hennessy yet. There's still a couple of Hennessy bottles I still want to touch, just so I can say I did it. I cracked that bottle.
Talking about Louis?
So was that?
You talking about Louis?
No, no, not the. No, that Louis. I ain't talking about a 4-digit.
Okay,
Um,
okay, mama.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go 4 digit in anything.
Okay,
Let me
man, you
see.
gave that look. I was like, man, what are you talking about, Louis? Louis, you want to go touch that Louis?
Oh, hold on. Well, actually, you know what? This one is a 4 digit bottle. The
What you think?
Paradise. I was thinking that was like maybe like 500, 600, but they want 1,200 for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Nah, what's that?
That one. Ah,
Of course, they gave me the ad. We ain't promote your 10% off or whatever it is.
that one.
I ain't familiar with that one.
But you haven't seen that's the big boy. That's the big boy. And that's the one
Okay.
I've been wanting to touch for a while, but I don't remember it being that much. Maybe I haven't been paying as much attention to it as I thought because I already knew it was out of my range. But I've been wanting to touch it for a minute. And I do. We 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 owe it to we owe it to bourbon. We owe it to whiskey. We owe it to cognac to do them right. We owe it to them.
Yeah.
They held us down for so many years.
But some decades, you know what I mean? Like, so it's needed. It's needed. Okay, well, man, this is interesting conversation, man. Just because now I see you put some things in perspective as far as with the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna. I want to give it a shot, but at the same time, I now understand you might be right. It might not be the gap may not be quite as big as I initially
It's
was
big.
hoping it would be. Maybe it is,
Maybe not.
but maybe
We gotta find out.
maybe the gap starts between maybe 150 to 50. The gap ain't so big, but when you go to 1,200, maybe that's when
Maybe
the gap fell.
it has to be a reason. It has to be a reason.
Yeah,
It has to be a reason. So I'm pretty sure there is a big difference. I can't wait till we're at that point to where we can figure out what that difference is. But I mean, we're gonna inch there. We're gonna inch there. You know what I'm saying? One step at a time. But Johnny Walker Blue, I'm coming for you though. Johnny Walker Blue, will probably be my next venture on the Brown on that top shelf.
all right, that's what it is, man. You gonna hit the Johnny Walker Blue first, or you gonna hit the Reposado Classic first? What's gonna be the first one to make it to the house?
It might be Don Julio.
Okay.
It might be Don Julio. Only because I'm on this tequila tear right now, and I've had the Clase twice. I've had the Reposado for the first time, and I am still curious about Don Julio. So Don Julio might be the very next one, and then we'll figure out everything else after that. If Clase is the move, Don Julio's the move, or if it's some other tequila brand that might be the move. But I'm not done with tequila yet, so it'll probably be tequila before I go Johnny Walker. It might be fall time. Next time I try some brown. I feel more like brown in the fall, and I feel more like tequila in the spring summer.
Yeah, saying we're venturing in the springtime, so yeah, you about to be on a tear the next 7 months at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tequila out, man. Tequila out.
Yeah,
Got to do it. Got to do it.
and that's what it is, man. Hey, it's episode 46, man. You got any final words here on your stick? Anybody want to hear anything about the stick? Any final thoughts on tequila in general?
All right, well, I'm gonna just say this, man. Flavor cigars can never go wrong with a great flavor cigar. Java Mints always a win. Drew Estate, Rocky Patel, they do a great blend. Man, I remember I was hating on you I gave you some trouble with the mint, and look at me, man. I've been stuck with the mint. They had all the Javas laid out, and I was like, you know what would be a fun cigar today will be that Java Mint. I grabbed the Java Mint. So
No red, you went mint.
and red was my favorite for the longest. Red was my favorite for the longest, but mint has won me over. I don't know how. I don't know how mint and tobacco just felt like I don't know how, like, it really wowed me. It's a crazy thing. Like, I've seen mint and I've just looked at it like, no, no. Like, it was never even a thought to even grab the mint. I've tried all the other Javas for so many years, and wasn't until last year I finally grabbed the mint and said, oh, this is actually pretty nice. So we got a good burn, good quality stick. And I got this from one of the little smoke shops up the street. So it wasn't from one of the best humidors ever. And this bad boy is holding up nicely. Good burn, man. So,
hey, question. Speaking of that, is having a Java mint or a fat bottom Betty, is that like the equivalent of drinking Class A in a sense? Because they have the additives to it, but they're good. They're good brands.
You know what? I would probably say yeah. Because it is a top brand cigar. Drew Estate top brand cigar. So they're not a bottom shelf cigar brand. Just like Class A is not a bottom shelf cigar brand. They have some additives. They do it with here, but if you do it right, it's all about doing it right. It's all about doing it right. And for those who have qualms with Class A with the additives, from firsthand experience, you and I, we can say, guess what? They do it right. So you can't be mad at somebody for throwing a little extra in theirs, and they do it right. It doesn't dial it back. It doesn't kill it. Drew Estate doesn't kill the tobacco experience with their flavors. The Fat Bottom Betty, even though it's sweet, it doesn't kill the experience with the flavor. The Java series, it marries well. It complements, and you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at it.
I think we're down that hill, man. We stepped out there and defended that. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of people are snobby about that, we like, hey, man, smoke what you want, drink what you want, and we're not like flavor people. You know what I'm saying? Like a flavored alcohol does nothing for me, but usually it's not done right. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. I came for the alcohol at the end of the day. Do that right. And then anything else you do needs to marry well with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. They do the tobacco right, add the flavor. So it's not flavor first, it's tobacco first, and then they add the flavor and make sure that the flavor just goes well. Same with Class A. Yeah. They do the tequila right. They nail the tequila. All right, and let's sprinkle a little bit of this on top of it, and boom. So as long as you got your priorities straight, I'm rocking with you.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest difference, man. And I'm down to go down on that hill, man. I don't care. I go up against all the snobs and stuff, man, because we in this game like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Why your opinion not over mine? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, sir. I'm a consumer. I'm an enjoyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to have my time just like anybody else, so I should be able to have it the way I want. Don't kill me for it. Don't kill me for it. Do you? If you don't want it, that's fine. That's on you. I like what I like, and here we are.
There you go. Hey y'all, that was episode 6, man. Herm Edwards, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in today to episode 46 of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast, man. Cigar up.
Cigar up. Yeah. Yeah.